On October 7, 2017, Courtney Bell called the police and stated that her 15-day-old daughter Kalia was missing. Courtney Bell lived with the baby's father Christopher McNabb, who is also her first cousin, and their 2-year-old daughter in a trailer park home, filled with piles of clothes and filth, in Niggle Ridge Mobile Home Park. Both of them were addicted to meth. At the time of Kalia's disappearance, on the morning of October 7th, Courtney called the police to report her newborn daughter was missing.
Eaton County 911, stress the emergency.
I just woke up. My dog woke me up on the couch. I have a 2-year-old and I have a 2-week-old. And my 2-week-old is not in her sleeper. Her passie's on the floor.
She's not in her sleeper?
She's not in her sleeper. She's not here. I've looked everywhere. I've looked under clothes and everything.
What's your address, ma'am?
Yes, lot 31.
Do you think somebody took her, ma'am?
My child said, my 2-year-old says she's gone. And I've looked everywhere in the house, so I don't know another possibility.
What lot number are you at?
31.
Okay. And you said you were asleep and woke up and she was gone?
Yes. My 2-year-old came and woke me up.
Okay.
That's how I was asleep on the couch.
Okay.
Kalia!
How old is she, ma'am?
2 weeks old.
Okay. And who else would have come in your house?
I mean, as far as I know, nobody would have came in my house. My 2-year-old says Papa, but I called my dad and I called my grandparents, and they don't have her.
Okay.
My dad's on the way here now.
Okay.
Ah!
All right. How long have you been asleep?
The last time I woke up with her was around, I guess 5 maybe.
Okay. So you were asleep since 5 o'clock?
Yes. I didn't even mean to fall asleep on the couch. I sit down for a minute after dealing with her all night.
Entry, or can you tell if someone's been there? Is her blanket there or gone?
Her blanket's gone. Her passie's here on the floor. Her blanket's not with us. I don't know where. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's with her.
Okay.
And I have clothes in totes, but I've looked all in them, and she's not here.
Anything else missing, like a baby bag that you would have, or anything else?
No. Her bottle's here on top of my shelf.
Okay. What about
no, it's in my bathroom on my vanity. I'm sorry.
Ma'am?
Huh?
What about anything else that could possibly have gone, like could be hers that could have gone with her?
No. Nothing else. Just her and her blanket.
Okay, so the only thing that's missing is her and her blanket.
Yes.
And you didn't talk to the dad or grandma or anybody else?
Dad was here with me. Dad just left, and he's walking around the park looking for her. Because my 2-year-old says, I asked her, did somebody come in and take her? And she said, yeah, but she's 2, so I don't know if I can believe that or not.
And you looked through everything, like under the bed?
Yes, ma'am.
Bathrooms?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
Kalia!
All right. What's your name, ma'am?
Courtney Bell. Cortneybell.
Just to let you know, Courtney, they've been on the way out there. I'm just getting this information to update them, okay?
Thank you so much.
What's your phone number?
I'm not sure of this number. My phone busted the other day.
Okay.
This is my grandmother's phone. She's been letting me use.
All right, so you and the dad both were, I'm just trying to get an understanding so I can let them know because of the questions that they're asking me. You and the dad both were sleeping or he just came back home?
No, me and him woke up together. She woke us up together.
Okay. The 2-year-old woke y'all up and told y'all that the baby was gone?
Yes.
Okay.
She was kind of freaked out. I mean, I don't know. Because she was just standing there beside the couch in the corner. And I told her, come here, and I loved on her. And then I told my baby's dad to go check on Kalia. And then he's talking about she's not in here. She's not in here.
Okay, well, the police should be in the area now.
Thank you.
I'll go ahead and let you go, okay?
Thanks.
Kalia's father, Christopher McNabb, later gave an interview to reporters outside the home.
Hey, man, I don't know who got my kid, man, but I want my kid back, man. That's my child, man. I want my kid, man.
Baby Kalia's remains were discovered the day after she was reported missing. Her body was found wrapped in a blanket and shirt inside a Nike drawstring bag. Searchers found the body about 900 feet from the family's home. Both Courtney and Christopher were in a car with relatives. When they learned Kalia's body had been found, Christopher then jumped out of the car and ran away. Courtney did not tell the family in the car with her that Kalia had been found dead, leaving them to believe that Kalia was found alive. Courtney even had the nerve to ask the person who was driving to take her to get drugs before they met with investigators. Christopher was later located at a nearby convenience store and arrested on a probation violation. The forensic pathologist stated that Kalia had died from blunt force trauma to the head and had multiple skull fractures. Christopher was indicted on 8 counts including malice murder, felony murder, second-degree murder, aggravated battery, and concealing the death of another. Courtney, who was not initially charged, was indicted by a grand jury on second-degree murder, child cruelty, and child deprivation charges. Investigators believed that Christopher killed Kalia and that Courtney was negligent and left Kalia in a dangerous environment.
That's all I got to say.
You sure you don't want to talk about the sentencing and all of that? That was the only thing you wanted to tell the court?
I mean, I haven't heard anything about a sentence. I was just
About the sentence
commenting on that. I
for the
understand that.
charges. And I just wanted to know if you had anything you wanted to say to the court.
I mean, I got a lot to say. I got a lot to say, but I'm not going to be able to say half of it.
I don't know, because I don't know what you're going to say.
I'm innocent. I didn't do it.
Okay.
I've maintained that the whole time. I feel like there was things that were allowed to be said that should have never been allowed to be said and didn't have nothing whatsoever to do with the case and what was being said. Just because somebody has domestic abuse issues with their spouse doesn't mean that they would put their hands on their kids, which has also been pretty much proved that I've never touched my kids in any harmful manner whatsoever. I've never harmed my kids. I didn't even hear anything that said that I had done anything to her in front of the kids. So that doesn't make sense either. And, you know, just to let the record show that I don't think I ever put my hands on her in front of those kids. And I just don't feel like just because somebody has domestic issues with the female in their life that they love, that they were just able to just say, oh, he don't love you and all that stuff just in front of everybody or whatever, which doesn't matter. But I just don't understand how you find somebody guilty of doing something to a 15-day-old baby because there was no evidence whatsoever that proved anything about me putting my hands on my kids. I've never done it. I never would. I don't believe in it. I was beat as a child, and I don't agree with it at all. And I would never do it. I would never do this. That's all I got to say. I would never do it. I'm innocent.
Well, I can make a lot of comments on what you said. I can make a lot of comments on the trial, but I know that was just be arguing with you or talking with you. I'll ask you one simple question. You claim you're innocent, so you tell me what sentence the man or woman that you claim did this should receive.
If you ever find out who did them, they deserve to be under the jail.
Okay, so they ought to get the maximum sentence.
Most definitely.
Okay. On the crime of malice murder, I sentence you to life in confinement without parole. On concealing the death of another, I sentence you to 10 years in confinement, consecutive or after. Count one. Do you understand each of your sentences?
Yes, sir.
I want to advise you that you have 30 days after today to file a notice of appeal
It'll be filed.
on this case. I'm going to instruct Mr. Carter on behalf of you to file a motion for a new trial to make sure your rights are protected.
Thank you.
Does your client wish to make any statements?
I didn't do this.
Stand up. Stand up.
Y'all know I didn't do this.
Miss Bell, you and I had a conversation back.
We did.
back in chambers on Wednesday, remember, morning? And at the time I told you there's a difference between the reality of the situation and what you think. I explained to you exactly why you were being charged with the crimes. It wasn't that you knew about the murder, it wasn't that you anticipated the murder, it wasn't that you planned the murder, any of those things. It was simply that you created an environment that caused your children to be put second and Mr. McNabb to be put first. As the state said in their closing, and they used the example of a rattlesnake being thrown into a room and the child being put into there. Well, your whole claim is I took him back because I wanted to have a family. In that analogy the state used, it's just kind of like saying your child's dead from a rattlesnake bite. Why would you put it in there? And you responded, well, I just wanted her to enjoy nature, have an appreciation of the outdoors, without appreciating the danger. Now, I'm sorry, but for you to go around chasing McNabb, doing meth, flies in the face of what any normal mother would do. On count one, I'm going to sentence you with 30 years, with the first 15 years to be served in confinement in the state penitentiary, the remaining time on probation. On count three, I'm going to sentence you to 10 years in confinement and run at the same time as count one. Now, do you understand your two sentences? Let the record reflect she's nodding her head slightly yes.